Vanya, more and more people in Poland are opening sole proprietorships and need to obtain a residence permit based on it. A sole proprietorship in Poland. Today, I want to figure out for us and our viewers how this works, how to guarantee obtaining a residence permit based on a sole proprietorship.
I like questions about guarantees.
Yes, I learned that from you.
I guaranteed you through a third party.
I learned that from you, yes.
Well, no. It doesn't work like that. You are absolutely right.
Why is this happening?
In terms of why there is a big influx now. Sole proprietors, sole traders, why is everyone rushing to apply there? Because, first of all Ukrainian citizens have been allowed to open a sole proprietorship in Poland. You've encountered this yourself. You know it well.
I helped open a couple of them myself.
Secondly, the UKR status is a very uncertain thing. And it's unclear when it will end and how it will end. And how it will end exactly. That's why many people are indeed moving towards creating a sole proprietorship and seeking legalization based on essentially conducting business activities. Yes, that's really the case. It's widespread because people are simply tired of being in limbo. Well, you understand, the UKR status allows you to stay legally, but when will it all end? How will it end? No one knows anything. The Polish government, of course, has already hinted a little that there will be an opportunity to obtain a residence permit based on a PESEL with UKR status, but there are no details yet. Therefore, people are looking towards sole proprietorships, considering opening a business and legalizing based on conducting business activities. If we talk about the requirements set by the state for obtaining a residence permit as a foreigner, they are identical to the requirements for a company. That is, we have 3 options, 3 points, and we must fulfill one of the 3. The first is to earn 12 average salaries over the course of a year. On an individual entrepreneur basis, that is, to receive 92,000 zlotys as income, pay the PIT from this, and then withdraw the money for yourself as a salary.
And now an important question. It doesn't matter what your tax form is, because there are 2 forms. There is one from net profit, and there is one from turnover.
Yes, exactly right. You have to pay tax from the profit, regardless of how you work or what tax form you use. Ritual, Tilenova, or the general basis.
So let's really focus on this now. If I have ritual, then I just pay. The tax from this is 92, repeated pattern, 1922, 22,000 zlotys in turnover, as I should do, and from this pay tax depending on the rate I have on ritual. There it's 8.5% for programmers, let's say 12%, 15% if you're a photographer. Well, that's how it is. No, the rates are correct. Yes. The second thing is, if you have either a linear tax or a tax scale, then simply income minus expenses, and there you have your net profit, and it should be 92,000.
Exactly right. From this, you must pay income tax, and then you meet this condition. The second option is you can hire 2 employees who do not require additional permits in Poland to start working. But rarely does anyone use this within the framework of EDC because it is still a collaboration. 1-to-1. That is, roughly speaking, you and your client, and that's about it. The third option is to write a business plan where you explain in very simple terms to the Office for Foreigners how you will earn this quota during the financial year. You attach contracts there, you attach invoices there. This is all related to your direct financial activities. Naturally, your income should be enough to cover living expenses. In Poland, that is, as we have mentioned.
Great. You've watched up to this point, which means you are really interested in business in Poland. Support us by liking this video, leaving a comment, and subscribing to our channel. And if you are truly determined to do business in Poland, we can help you with that. Firstly, in the format of training, we have an excellent educational product for starting and running a business in Poland. Secondly, consultations. And thirdly, services. Company registration, sole proprietorship, and setting up business processes. Below the video, you will find all the links. And let's continue watching the episode.
It should be such that you earn less than the cost of renting your accommodation. That is, everything should match with each other. All the numbers should be in perfect order. And in this case, Indeed, there is an opportunity to obtain a residence permit immediately for a long-term period, but under no circumstances should you discard the other two options here. This is a refusal, a motivated one, and it can happen, so you just need to be mentally prepared for it. And the second is a residence permit for only 1 year. As we mentioned, in principle, if you are granted a residence permit for only 1 year, there is always the possibility to appeal the decision, especially when you are an individual entrepreneur, because essentially nothing will change for you in a year. You will still have the same contractor. Perhaps you will just add a new one, or a new one will appear. The old one might drop off, but the essence will not change. Therefore, if we receive a residence permit for only 1 year, I recommend appealing the decision to obtain it for 3 years right away. This will extend the administrative process by an average of 3 to 5 months, but it will help you save all the nerves and time spent on opening a new administrative process in a year.
Well, yes, so it's worth spending 3 months to then get the card. After all, for 3 years.
Yes, exactly right.
And not to forget about this matter. Okay, what about the documents? Those were the criteria and what documents are needed. Let's discuss them. I mean, all the documents, insurance, PITs, Schmitz, everything.
Standard procedure. We gather all documents confirming tax payments, ZUS payments, don't forget about them as well. We show contracts with contractors, show insurance, show that we have a place to live, and of course, sign a contract right before submission so that our lease agreement is valid for at least another year. And essentially the other documents, if there is a family, then a birth certificate. And we show that we have money for their support.
I would also add invoices, specifically the invoices.
Yes, that all falls under financial documents.
That's finance.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the entire list of documents. So the application is filled out. These are the photos, the application. Let's go over it.
Photos, application, payment of the state fee. If we are talking about state fees, then in the administrative process, review mode based on economic activity, the state fee will be 440 zlotys. There are 2 more documents that will be necessary. In case of submission, we will need a document that confirms we do not owe money to the tax office. And the second document is optional. If there is a representative who is actually responsible for the course of the administrative process, then a power of attorney is definitely required for them. And this fee must...
Premium marking, right?
Yes, exactly right. This fee must be paid. Speaking of deadlines, we return again to the classic scheme. But we are now talking about the Masovian voivodeship. That is, from the moment you decide until the moment we physically go to the office for foreigners, we will hold your hand and submit the documents for you. It will take at least about 5 weeks. So you can plan for that right away. The second nuance. From the moment we compile the documents and submit them to the office for foreigners, it will take about 3-4 months to receive a positive decision. And the third stage is actually receiving the documents in hand. Typically, this takes from 3 to 5 months. Again, it depends on the office, how quickly...
Receiving which documents? The actual card?
The actual card and the positive decision. The decision is a resolution.
Let's summarize and touch on objectively. Tell people why Poland can be a great suitable place to start a sole proprietorship and use it as a basis to legalize and build their life.
Honestly, Poland is probably one of the most top options if we compare the numbers in terms of tax payments, if we compare the conditions under which we obtain a residence permit, if we compare from the perspective of mentality, which is somewhat similar to ours. Language, an important factor because one way or another, communication is necessary. If you compare it with Portugal, try speaking Portuguese in a year. Well, that would probably be quite a challenge. And besides, it's still close to home. Many of our clients, when choosing Poland, say that this is an important factor. We are close to home, and if needed, we can go to Ukraine, Belarus, or elsewhere.
I think another important, significant point is that it's very well-developed infrastructure here in Poland, including by our foreigners. Of course, in all European countries, there are opportunities, there are legalizers, those who open companies, but being here, I have the feeling that here in Poland, everything is well organized. There is already competition, and competition generates good products, good services, and it's as if everything here is clearer than somewhere in unclear France, Germany, or somewhere else.
Yes, our community is just stronger here. the community is stronger. Well, the community is stronger, yes. And secondly, you won't let me lie right now. In Poland, it's enough to provide good service. In the service business, yes, and you'll have a flow of clients. But we know nothing about France. We know nothing about Portugal. We don't understand their mentality. We don't understand what we need to bring to them for it to succeed. And now, if we combine all this into a single whole, yes, it turns out that Poland is quite a profitable option for both building a business and obtaining a residence permit.
Based on building this business?
Yes, exactly right.
Sold. Thank you for watching this video. I believe it was useful for you. And if so, support us by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and below the video. There is a comment section. Ask your questions, discuss the episode, and we will be happy to answer your questions.